Survival in the wilderness is a testament to human resilience, a dance with danger, and an intimate encounter with the raw power of nature. Imagine the Australian outback, a place where the intense sun beats down, scorching the earth and sucking the life from every living thing. It's a land of extremes where temperatures can soar during the day and plummet at night. Water is scarce, and shade is even scarcer. It's a place that's both breathtakingly beautiful and brutally unforgiving. In this land where survival is a daily battle, every creature must be resilient. The kangaroos, the emus, the dingoes, they have all adapted to this harsh environment. But what happens when a human, unaccustomed to such conditions, finds himself abandoned in this seemingly endless expanse of sun-baked earth and sparse vegetation? In this vast wilderness, the smallest mistake can be fatal, and only the strongest, the most resourceful, can hope to survive. It's in this unforgiving terrain that our story unfolds. Ricky Megee, an ordinary man, found himself in an extraordinary situation in this unforgiving wilderness. In 2006, Ricky Megee's life took a dramatic turn when he vanished without a trace. One moment, he was driving through the vast, arid wilderness of Australia's Northern Territory, and the next, he was nowhere to be found. Ricky, a man known for his rugged individualism and love for adventure, had seemingly disappeared into thin air. Ricky's last known whereabouts were in the Burrell Creek area, where he'd been heading for a job. His car was found abandoned, and there was no sign of a struggle or foul play. It was as if Ricky had simply stepped out of his car and been swallowed up by the unyielding outback. As news of Ricky's disappearance spread, search efforts were launched. Teams of police, volunteers, and even local Aboriginal trackers combed the inhospitable terrain for any sign of the missing man. They battled scorching temperatures, treacherous terrain, and the ever-present danger of deadly wildlife. Yet, despite their best efforts, they found no trace of Ricky. The mystery deepened, and with every passing day, hope of finding him alive dwindled. Theories about Ricky's disappearance began to circulate. Some speculated he'd gotten lost and succumbed to the harsh conditions. Others suggested he'd run into trouble with locals or wildlife. But without any concrete evidence, these remained mere conjectures. Months passed, and Ricky was presumed dead. The search efforts were called off, and the mystery of his disappearance seemed destined to remain unsolved. Ricky Megee, once a vibrant and adventurous spirit, had become a ghost, a whispered story of the unforgiving Australian outback. But the outback hadn't claimed his life just yet. In the heart of the Australian outback, Ricky Megee woke up stranded, alone, and on the brink of survival. Ricky found himself in a harsh and unforgiving terrain where the scorching sun sucked the life out of everything that dared to exist. The most immediate and pressing concern was to find food and water. With no sign of civilization in sight, Ricky had to rely on his wits and instincts. He started by scavenging for edible plants and insects, learning through trial and error what could be consumed. It was a dangerous gamble, but it was a risk he had to take. Water, or the lack of it, was another life-threatening crisis. Ricky ingeniously dug into the dry riverbeds, hoping to find hidden reserves of water. To his relief, he managed to find pockets of muddy water, which he purified by letting it settle and then drinking the clear water from the top. Next, Ricky had to tackle the challenge of shelter. The outback's temperature can swing wildly, from searing heat during the day to freezing cold at night. Ricky used the materials at hand, branches, leaves, and even sand, to create a makeshift shelter. He built a lean-to that provided shade from the sun and some protection from the cold. The shelter was far from perfect, but it was enough to keep him alive. Ricky's determination to survive was fueled by a relentless will to live. He was driven by the hope of being found, of seeing his loved ones again. Each day was a battle, a struggle against the elements, against hunger, and against despair. But Ricky refused to give up, refused to let the outback claim his life. Despite the odds, Ricky held on to the hope of survival, proving the strength of the human spirit. Ricky Megee faced a relentless battle against nature, with every day bringing new challenges. The scorching sun beat down mercilessly on him, turning the vast Australian outback into a furnace. He was constantly under threat from the extreme elements, each day a struggle to stave off dehydration and starvation. But Ricky was not one to surrender easily. His encounters with dangerous wildlife were a daily occurrence. From venomous snakes to aggressive dingoes, the outback presented a host of predators. The fear of a possible attack was always looming, adding another layer of anxiety to his already strenuous survival ordeal. But the outback's fauna was not all hostile. Ricky learned to catch frogs and lizards, turning them into a precious source of nutrition. However, the physical challenges were just one half of the equation. The mental toll was equally, if not more, daunting. Imagine the loneliness, the isolation, the uncertainty. Every passing day, Ricky had to fight off despair and keep his hope alive. He had to stay mentally strong, keep his wits about him, and maintain his resolve to survive. Ricky's resourcefulness in overcoming these challenges was remarkable. He crafted makeshift tools, built a shelter from scraps, and even managed to create a rudimentary water collection system. He made use of whatever he could find, turning obstacles into opportunities. He had to adapt, learn, and improvise. He had to push his body and mind to their limits. Ricky was a testament to the human spirit's resilience, demonstrating that even in the direst of circumstances, one can find a way to survive. The battle against nature was brutal, but Ricky met it head-on. He proved that willpower, ingenuity, and a never-give-up attitude can triumph over the harshest of environments. Every sunrise was a victory, every sunset a promise of a new day. After 71 grueling days, Ricky Megee's battle for survival ended when he was discovered by a group of passing travelers. The sight of Ricky was a stark reminder of the harsh reality he had endured. Emaciated and weak, he was a mere shadow of his former self, having lost nearly half his body weight. Ricky weighed over 105 kilograms when he set off on his adventure, and weighed only a measly 44 kilograms when he was discovered. His skin was deeply tanned and weathered, a testament to the merciless exposure to the Australian outback. The travelers, shocked by Ricky's condition, wasted no time in bringing him back to civilization. Ricky's return was a whirlwind of medical examinations, concerned family members, and a media frenzy. His first meal, a simple sandwich, tasted like the finest banquet he'd ever had. Ricky's recovery was slow but steady. The comforts of modern life, such as a warm bed and regular meals, were a stark contrast to the harsh existence he had known in the wilderness. Yet, the psychological impact of his ordeal was perhaps the most challenging aspect of his recovery. The isolation and constant fear for his life left deep emotional scars that took time to heal. In the aftermath of his ordeal, Ricky found himself thrust into the spotlight. His story of survival against all odds captured the public's imagination. He was invited to share his story in interviews and talks, bringing awareness to the importance of survival skills and the strength of the human spirit. Despite the hardship he faced, Ricky's outlook on life remained positive. He found a renewed appreciation for the simple joys of life and a deep sense of gratitude for his second chance. He has since used his experience as a platform to educate others on survival techniques and strategies. Ricky's story, a tale of resilience and survival, continues to inspire and remind us of the indomitable human spirit. His journey serves as a powerful testament to the strength of the human will to survive and the resilience we all possess within us. Ricky Megee's survival story is more than a tale of human endurance. It's a testament to the power of hope and determination. From his remarkable journey, we learn three key lessons. First, resilience. Ricky's ability to survive in a harsh environment for over 70 days reveals the true strength of the human spirit. His story teaches us that when pushed to the limit, we're capable of far more than we can imagine. The second lesson is resourcefulness. Ricky made use of everything available to him, from eating frogs and leeches to creating a makeshift shelter. His story highlights the importance of adaptability and innovation, especially in dire situations. Finally, the power of hope. Despite the odds, Ricky never lost faith. He believed in his survival, and this unwavering hope was perhaps his most crucial tool. It fueled his determination, propelling him forward day after day. In the face of adversity, Ricky Megee showed us that survival is not just about enduring, but about living each day with hope and determination. If you've been moved by Ricky Megee's incredible survival story, it's your turn to make a difference. If you found the story inspiring, give this video a thumbs up. Your likes help us reach more people, sharing these remarkable tales of resilience, resourcefulness, and hope. And if you're hungry for more incredible survival stories, hit that subscribe button. We have a plethora of survival tales that are sure to keep you on the edge of your seat, just waiting to be discovered. And lastly, don't forget to click on the bell icon so you'll never miss an update from us. Thank you for watching. Remember, survival is not just about enduring, but about living each day with hope and determination. Until our next survival story, stay strong, stay hopeful, and keep pushing your limits.